What's up, family? It's your boy Bam Bam Bellion. Let's talk about what's up, what's happening, and what's going on. Shouts out to the Four Corners. Welcome to the What's Going On show, 10 toes on 10 foes.
It's your boy JB, and we cruising through the east. Sidewalks, 10-fold. What's going on? Everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's California? Leave a comment in the section, we can have a conversation. Talk about what's going on. It's your boy JB, and we cruising through the east. Sidewalks, what's going on? Every day we in the streets trying to bring about peace. Let's try and see what's going on in East Side. Watch California. It's your boy JB. We cruising through the east. Sidewalk. What's going on? Everybody, what's going on? What's going on? Watch California. Comment in the section, we can have a conversation. Talk about what's going on. It's your boy JB. 10-4, block,
Barely standing about to go to pieces screaming peace. I pray for them. I pray an OT for this world. East Side R's 104 life. Wake up, Watts.
What's up, family? What's up? What's happening? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? You tell me what's up, I'll tell you what's happening. You want to know what's happening, I'll tell you what's happening. And all praise to the Most High God for the opportunity, from the words of my mouth and my lungs, giving me just another day to try to get it right. You understand what I mean? Giving shouts out to all four corners representing inside the box, as well as to all four corners of the world, and to the diaspora, and scattered abroad. What's up? What's happening? Yeah, with your boy Bam Bam Bellion, one of Watts' three sons. Can't stand 10 toes down on them 10-fold grounds, but it's an East Side ours because the East Side is ours. Drum major for justice because there is no justice. Just us. Eyes up in here, y'all. Eyes up in here. Before we get off into anything that got anything to do with anything else. First things first, man. We're going to pray. We're going to ask that the Most High be pleased with our beloved departed brother, Old Hajj Malik Shabazz, more commonly known to the world as Brother Malcolm X, whose birthday is today. Brother would have been 20 years old, and I truly believe that them devils not together and dead and unalived our brother. I believe he'd still be here. But the doctors who performed his autopsy said he had one of the in his systems that they ever seen. That one the other day. My generation, we didn't know much about him until the Denzel Washington movie, which came out in high school. Still my age. And we all got to see it. The school actually bussed us to go see it. And that's how most of us came to know Malcolm, his life, and his work, what he did for his people. More importantly to me, something that they left out of the movie very wholeheartedly because, it was Bishop all people that were behind it. His international constituency was left out of the movie, and they didn't show those devils trying to poison the religion. They showed how they followed the movie to criminals who are in the interest of America show how they tried to poison the brothers, but not the brothers, but the Ishmaelites, you know what I'm saying? They came to his rescue, man. Yeah, man, let's all give all praise to the Most High God for allowing us to have our brother. Let's give all praise to the Most High God. Ask that peace be upon this brother. Let's give all praise to the Most High God that he is pleased with our brother. We'll see him soon in the kingdom, man. You better believe that, man. Believe that. That being said, man, what's been going on? What's in the news right now? What is everybody talking about? They talking about the same thing, or they talking about other stuff? Let's get off into it, shall we?
Reporting live from Ibis Club in Atlanta, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba. You may have heard of the name Chud the Builder in the last couple of months after he would go viral for all the wrong reasons. You see, Chud, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, is an online streamer who, according to some, cheaply gained notoriety by purposely triggering the general public with the use of racist and derogatory language.
Somebody get him a banana. He's chimping out. Come on over here and chimp out. Shut up, bitch. He chimping out.
As more online users began to give Etherly attention, he would eventually find himself clashing with people during his streams who didn't think what he was doing was amusing nor funny.
He's a black guy.
Caught him reporting somebody in person.
I got him on stage.
What he does is start shit, but then he'll pull a gun out on you as soon as you do something. But I'm licensed to carry too. We both licensed to carry. I finally ran into him. He got his, I got mine. But he on the phone with the police. He just...
You gotta understand, when you're dealing with coward-ass devils, they're only willing to go there if they have an unfair advantage. Esau's blessing was the sword. Without it, he ain't shit. That go for all the Edomites. We take that weapon, that gun, that nuke, that bomb, that missile from him, hand to hand, mano a mano, he ain't shit. Every nation on this earth can whoop that ass on record.
Obviously started with somebody.
On Wednesday, Etherly's short social media fame would come to an end when he would be confronted by a black man outside a Tennessee courthouse after handling another legal matter. The man would go on to warn Etherly that things would get physical if he wanted to try his known antics around him. According to Etherly's own admission, while speaking to first responders, after that warning, things would get physical and the two would begin to fight, with Etherly sharing that he would then shoot the man in defense. Now, things would even get worse for Etherly, as it was reported that he would even end up shooting himself.
He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. Shut up, bitch! Shut up, bitch! Shut up, bitch!
This, y'all gonna see later in the video, turned out to be an absolute falsehood.
Still wailing on me.
Now, despite his attempt of positioning himself as more of a victim in that incident, the police wouldn't buy it, and Etherly would end up being charged with attempted murder.
You dumb son of a bitch!
In response to the 28-year-old's arrest, many would react, including D.L. Hughley, who would go on to proceed with giving Etherly a verbal whooping for ultimately playing himself. While sharing an update on the story, Hughley would write, "I said it before, jail is probably the safest place for this shitbag. Plus, that sister said he likes getting pegged, so he'll be real popular."
Ugh, the mouse is sexy, huh? Ugh, oh. Ugh, the mouse is sexy, huh? Ugh, oh.
Now, as joked by Hughley, it appears that earlier this month, a black woman would come forward sharing that she and Etherly used to be acquaintances, and according to her, she would sexually pleasure him as a former client.
I am a professional pegger, it is no secret. He was a little chubbier then. His cheeks used to clap in such like the cutest way. Now
So backward. No offense, I don't mean to offend, but ugh, the mouse is sexy, huh? Ugh, oh.
Now, Chud, he doesn't even have a little chubby butt no more, so I probably wouldn't fuck him again.
Ugh, the mouse is sexy, huh? Ugh, oh.
one.
On Friday, Etherly would appear in court to face his attempted murder charge, where a judge would set his bail for $1.25 million, and he now faces up to 56 years in prison over this incident. Now, many people across social media who had been following the story will react to the news.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million.
My bad. You look at his face when they say 1.25 million.
$1.25 million.
Easy.
Chud the Builder, aka Cheddar Bob, I think you forgot to read Tennessee Code 39-11-611, Section E. The threat or use of force is not justified if the person using force consented to the exact force used or attempted by the other individual. 2. If the person using force provoked the other individual's use of unlawful force. Getting in people's faces and calling them the N-word, that's provocation. Getting on the internet and saying all the things that you have said, saying things like this, that's provocation. You're going to prison, dude. What this basically says is you can antagonize somebody, and if they punch you in the face, you got what you asked for.
Good old Tennessee, right? And let's not forget, man, this is the place where they did just ban the book Roots, and it is the place where they did unalive our brother Martin Luther King. It's an extremely racist place. And they seem to still be going after this dude full throttle. Or is they just doing it for, the cameras? We don't know yet.
You want to see the exact moment that Chud the Builder realized he ain't getting out of jail for a hot minute? Watch his eyes in this video as the judge is setting his bail at $1.25 million.
Initial bond at $1.25 million.
Yeah, he ain't got that, does he?
Valley, say it ain't so, Valley. Valley, say it ain't so, Valley.
The best part about this Chud the Builder situation is that us, as black people, we really didn't even have to do anything. A lot of the times they do this shit to try to provoke us, to make us mad, to make us look like the violent people. And now look, you are the one in jail with the attempted murder charge. You are now the statistic you kept trying to push to us. So how are you claiming self-defense as if you have not been doing this for 3, 4, 5, 6 months at least? You just made a tweet last week. Wait, when was the 7th? I think that was last week. Some shit talking about oh, the final episode is going to feature exactly what you're in jail for. I have not seen not one lawyer get on here and say he has a chance of getting off. Because why do you walk up to somebody who literally told you, I have PTSD, don't tempt me, don't bother me. You provoke this man, he punches you. You think self-defense in that issue would be to shoot that man? Can you not fight?
Now, what may or may not come as a surprise for some is that Etherly has still managed to gain support, as a recent gift sending gold donation page that was started to help Etherly's expenses and family support has already raised over $160,000. Part of his request for the support would say, I've shared mild jokes, unfiltered thoughts.
Gotta be honest, man. These Negro-hating white supremacists, they stick together. Gotta give them their props, dog. On some real stuff, man. Didn't this dude bring all this on himself? I mean, as far as I can tell, it's put a gun in your head. You out there pushing that folly, man. Now look at you. Look at you.
I'm a jackass of the week.
Look at you. Now you have to be in there with all of them folks. With all the stuff about such a bill at 1.25. I bet he wasn't expecting that. But that is how it ended up going. But cats play, mouse play. What's crazy about this whole thing is you actually got folks that are considered white supremacists for the most part. And after this dude right now, I'm keeping it 400. Check it. Oh, shoot. Now, silly of me to think that I
I knew this day was coming. But Nick Fuentes responds to his arrest and his take on the situation.
This is the Hodge trends. You know, they not known for siding with their own folks at all. They a twin version of Officer Tatum. But it's still the interesting take they got on this though. Check it out. You know, always shouts out to the content creators, always.
On the timeline defending this behavior, saying, yeah, well, we should be able to say the N-word. I don't know. I don't want.
Even this punk ass motherfucker Nick Fuentes, shout out to the content creators. Because even what he gonna say to an extent is gonna make sense. He's like a broken clock too, like Charleston White or Candace Owens.
Want to be a victim of crime. I don't actually necessarily want to be out in public confronting black people, calling them niggas. Like, I actually don't want to do that. I don't think people should be fired for uttering the word. I don't think it should be treated like a blasphemy, but let's be honest, it's not a nice thing to say. It's actually not a very nice thing to say. And I don't know that we should actually be out there saying, hey, man, we should be able to go up to black people and start blasting a slur that offends them without expecting them to be offended. Was that really ever the rallying cry? To me, it was more.
I hate to say it, man, but gotta agree with Nikki on this one. He's making sense.
Or like, stop smoking weed in public, stop driving on the shoulder, talk more quietly, don't be on speakerphone all the time. It's more things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of that shit actually irritates other black people too. You're not making the point with that one.
What creating two obnoxious underclasses of victims, I don't know what that does for anybody. I saw that. I feel sorry for him. I pity him. He screwed up royally, and now he is done. Because what's going to happen, first of all, they threw the book at this guy. So he's facing some serious problems. He's got a record, so there's going to be no leniency. And then he's got all these tweets. He's got a mountain of tweets saying, I'm inevitably going to shoot somebody. I'm inevitably going to kill one of you. How's that going to play in front of the judge? Not so funny now, huh? Let's say he goes to jail for 10 years. You think on year 8, he's going to feel good about his civil rights martyrdom to IRL?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Stream and provoke people, screaming and saying provocative things? I'm not so sure. You know what the saddest thing of all is? Because I see this all the time. I see these IRL live streams of the protests and fights, and I see it really is just like a lot of poor people fighting each other. That's all that is. And screaming at each other and punching each other and getting separated by cops. And you got to think, how must the rich see us? What an embarrassing sideshow. Who would want to be a part of that? It's so sad and ugly and filled with losers. Who would want to be that guy, like the protester wearing some kind of costume, getting punched in the face? And I think this is just a bunch of poor losers fighting each other, a bunch of poor losers creating a big public spectacle, fighting each other, and to what end? Saying it's about politics, it's about how? It's about the right and the left. You want to get involved in politics? Please make $50 million. It's such a sad state of affairs. I see this stuff and I feel like that old Negro.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop him right here. You talking about you feel like that old Negro. Then again, I'll let him say it. Check it out.
I feel like those old Negroes, they look at the young black people that are getting in trouble, gangbangers, and they go, boy, you know, that's how I feel. Pull your pants up, boy, brother.
God damn. When you hear these folks trying to act like they talking like, brother, it's really comedy. It's just completely comical.
You got to get educated. That's how I feel. I feel like the Big Brother program, you know, with all these wiggers.
Hey, you know what's
Did he say wiggers? Now check out the Hodge twins takers. They honestly shocked me with how they came. I mean, they just played Nick, and Nick is like, you know, shooting for those. They finna put a pounding on him too.
Crazy, like Chud the Builder's defenders. He says just a word. It's just a word. It's not just a word. Well, it's just a word, but it's got a lot of history. But it's an offensive word, right? Let's say I go and see the most horrible word in any language. Yeah, okay.
On me. Anybody who try to say it's not is a liar. Cause you got other people that ain't black at all. Let somebody call them. Let y'all people like from like Africa or India or, you know, other darker, you know, melanated places, Polynesian or or Aboriginal, you mess around and call them a nigga. They know what it mean. They've heard it before, but they get triple offended because it's the most offensive word in the history of the world. And it goes all the way back to the book of Acts. Hey, how long they've been calling us that? Greek word morphed into a Latin word. It just means black.
Okay, I'll give you that, whatever. But let's say I go into a white neighborhood, or let's just say some outdoor concert, and it's a country music concert. It's a number of white people, cowboy hats, and I take my black ass in there, and I start saying offensive things to white men's white wives, like, yeah, hey, you want to be a mud shark? Yeah, you want some? And then the husband gets mad. He said something, and then she said something. I said, you know what, you fat mud shark bitch, I don't want you anyway. Yeah. And let's say they throw a punch at me, and then I back up, pull up my gun, and shoot. Yeah. You think I'm justified in that? Mm-hmm. It's just words. It's my freedom of speech. Do you think I'm justified in that situation? Shooting and unaliving somebody?
Yeah. Hell no. Your black ass would definitely be going to prison. What about other people, man? It's like you blast a black person, you can pretty much get off pretty easy. I'm literally shocked that Tennessee is going is put it so heavy on this dude. But you know what? He probably was pissing off some folks that he never had no idea, and he was out there tripping and getting into it and doing things with white folks too. So
when I provoked and instigated the entire encounter.
It's a slippery slope for our society too. What's going to stop a black man from going out there flipping the script? Say, hey, your wife looks like an in-lover. She looks like a mud shark to me.
Yeah. And you provoke him and there's some kind of fight, and then because he has the gun, he ends up shooting that white person. Like, would Chud the Builder be out there saying these things if he didn't have pepper spray and a gun?
And people, his followers, supporting him? Y'all really did that man a disservice.
Yeah, would he be saying those words?
Real talk, man. He had so many people following him, it went to his head. It went to his head. But remember earlier, he said that the man attacked him, he had to offend himself. Let's get into that.
You just got, released from jail and you already out again doing some bullshit. Also, he has drug charges. He's 27 years old. And you can just look at his social media and see that the things he's doing. He's causing problems. He's wasting resources because the police have to keep coming, out to deal with him. So this is why his bail was higher.
So we just got a hold of an arrest warrant for Dalton Etherly that reveals new details, including the name of the man that he got into an altercation with and is alleged to have shot, that he's facing this very serious charge of attempted murder. That other man has been identified by Montgomery County officials as Joshua Fox. We also got a narrative here within the affidavit. They gave a lot more details into what happened outside of that Montgomery County courthouse.
Now, pay attention to what she finna say. Remember, he said the dude attacked him and he defended himself. Guess he felt like he could just say that like, George Zimmerman did. You understand what I'm saying? Which, to this day, I'm confused about how he got off. But at least George Zimmerman, Bloomerman, what the fuck his name? I don't respect that fool. But at least he had it wasn't that he had the sense, I believe he just was taught better to let the person beat you until you're bleeding and busted up good. Then you can look like your life was really in danger. This idiot didn't have the sense to try to do that. It ain't no guarantee it would have got him off still.
On Wednesday, officers noted that they watched surveillance video, and in that video, they saw that this started out as a verbal fight, that Etherly turned toward Fox and then reached for his firearm.
What?
And then
reached for his firearm. He reached for the gun.
You dumb son of a bitch.
That was just stupid.
You dumb son of a bitch.
Now, if you really did reach for your firearm or go for your firearm before any real altercation took place, and you're dealing with a veteran with PTSD, if he's seen any kind of combat, he was supposed to hesitate. You better be out your fucking mind if you think he was gonna hesitate.
A physical fight ensued. Etherly, according to this affidavit, then shot Fox multiple times. Fox was then airlifted
multiple times. If y'all notice, they leaving that out of the overall story. He didn't just shoot him once; he shot him more than once. Okay, I thought they only got to shoot him once, and that's gonna be it. Man, go that way.
airlifted over to Vanderbilt Hospital where he underwent emergency surgery. Now, Etherly live streamed himself, the interaction, it's caught on audio, the interaction that he had with first responders shortly after he's alleged to have shot Fox.
He said, "You start saying all that me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him.
Lying.
He's still wailing on me.
Now, in that live stream, Etherly says that he didn't start.
Just straight up lying.
You dumb son of a bitch.
Y'all heard it with your own 2 ears. Pay attention to what you just heard. She just read the police report. The police looked at the surveillance video. They said that the man reached for the burner before the dude even attacked him. He attacked you because you reached for it, which is what most dudes with any kind of real heart, that's what they would do. Watch the, what's the movie, The Irishman, with Al Pacino playing Jimmy Hoffa. He said, when you see a gun, you go, you charge him. You see a knife, you get back. You hear that? And some people really feel that way. You pull that, before you can pull it, if I get up on you fast enough, you won't get a chance to get it off. A blade, that's not smart, because the closer you get, the more danger you in. But that pistol, if I can get up on you fast enough, you ain't gonna get a chance to use it. Now here it is, he still got a chance to use it, but not in a lethal manner. Still shot the dude, shot himself, but he ran across one of them cats that was told when you see him grab it, you get up on them and grab their wrists. Keep him from getting to that weapon. Brother just did that dude over here at Smith's on Maryland Parkway over in Las Vegas. But let's continue.
Shooting until Fox started to beat up on him. But it's important to note that in the actual narrative of the affidavit, officers note that in the surveillance video that they witnessed, this never turned physical until Etherly pulled out his gun. Of course, we've reached out to his attorney for comment, but again, this is a live streamer who's made a name out of himself out of essentially rage baiting, of saying vile content, of going up to people, especially minorities and black people, calling them the N-word, calling them chimps. So there's been a major backlash from the community about this individual for a long time before this happened.
Now check this out, y'all.
And that's just real talk, man. Dude brought this on himself. Let's get off into this next video because I want
harassment,
y'all to see,
contempt of
I want y'all to see
stomach and shoulder.
What this young man has to say about people saying that he was justified in shooting the brother. Check out this, hey, the content creators. Shouts out to all the content creators. Another cat right here that did a little good work on it. Check it out what he got to say.
The Black Army veteran. This man is an Army veteran that served this country. This man is a Clarksville resident who walks the streets pissing people off. As Fox remains hospitalized after the May 13th incident, his wife has raised over $60,000 through a GoFundMe campaign to cover medical expenses, describing him as a disabled veteran struggling with PTSD. And just to be fair, in the name of fairness, let's pull up his GoFundMe just so y'all can see that one as well. Standing with Josh and family after the shooting, they have raised $233,000.
All praises to the Most High God.
So they've gotten over $250,000. Damn. It says, hello everyone, it saddens me to come and ask for help, but today at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, my husband was involved in an altercation that led to him being shot by a man known as Chud the Builder, who is widely known for making racial slurs towards people of color. My husband Josh was shot in the stomach and shoulder. As of the latest update, he is in stable condition, but the emotional and financial impact this will have on our family is unimaginable. There is no telling how long I may be out of work to help care for my husband, who is already a disabled veteran and suffers from other medical conditions. Our children are also struggling through this difficult time. I'm not asking for a lot, but if you feel it in your heart to help, please consider donating to support our family during this time of need. If you're unable,
and I'm gonna ask anybody who can do so, because the brother is truly a victim, man. Truly.
Contempt of court, which is just like not going. A civil order, motherfuckers say like, oh, just let me die at that point. I can't. Just states that he was a vet, right? He has his own issues. He's already a disabled veteran. They've raised $250,000. I'm not gonna lie. I heard something like if you get shot, the bill is like $600,000 or some crazy shit. Like I've heard motherfuckers say like, oh, just let me die at that point. I can't afford this shit. But supporters of Chud the Builder have circulated with court records.
Now pay real close attention to what you are about to hear. How these motherfuckers immediately try to slander the name of the victim and change the narrative, just like they did with Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and many others. Let's listen.
Of Fox's 2024 arrest in Clarksville for aggravated domestic violence. Now, this is, I guess, a list of all the shit that he's had. Harassment, contempt of court, which is just like not going, a civil order of protection, contempt of court, implied consent, DUI, reckless driving. Then he got an aggravated assault.
None of this stuff that he's been accused of or charged with is uncommon amongst veterans of the United Snakes of Amnesia military. Trust and believe, you can find veterans in any nationality, any ethnic group that'll match up with this stuff like a fingerprint.
Assault case, DUI, probation violation, seatbelt, reckless endangerment, whatever. And then it says, observers have noted that any prior record does not justify the shooting. Now I'll say this. If you're beating women, people are going to be a whole lot less sympathetic to you getting shot. That's a fucking fact. And it isn't just that. Someone who I'm going to show on the screen wherever I decide to put it left a comment on my page, and I'm going to read it to y'all.
Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention.
An account by the name of Tribal Elitism left multiple comments on my page. One saying, Jake is saying he supports a convicted rapist and aggravated domestic violence guy because he got violent over words. That's a bold accusation. But of course, when you click on this page, there's nothing linked. You don't even know who this is. It's a random person, right? Then they left another one. The black you are defending and saying is a hero was convicted of aggravated domestic violence.
The black you are defending
violence and rape. Jake is cool with rapists. That's a bold statement, so I decided to investigate it. Back in May of 2024, on April 18th, 31-year-old Joshua Fox was involved in a domestic incident with his wife at their Tower Drive apartment residence. When officers arrived on the scene, they spoke with Joshua, who stated that Mrs. Fox, his wife, would not let him leave, but did not provide any details. Officers then spoke with Mrs. Fox, who stated that Joshua was upset because vehicle issues prevented him from leaving. She then stated that Joshua had an aerosol can and a lighter and attempted to burn down the house. Mrs. Fox then claimed she attempted to take the can away from Joshua, but they both fell to the ground. Mrs. Fox then said that Joshua grabbed a screwdriver and held it to her side, which made her back away from him. Officers found the aerosol can and screwdriver described by his wife. Officers deemed Joshua to be the primary aggressor, and he was taken into custody for aggravated domestic assault.
Officers deemed that he was the aggressor. You hear that? See, that could have went either way. And in most cases, when it's a domestic situation, they always say the man is the aggressor no matter what the fuck happened. Let's keep listening.
So it looks like this was an actual situation. He had whatever, an axe can, I don't know, attempted to burn down the house. It obviously didn't happen. Held a screwdriver to his wife. He's going crazy, whatever. At no point did he stab her. He didn't hit her. Nothing like that. I don't know if he was convicted of this.
And he suffers from PTSD. Ex-veteran. Keep all that in mind. And he from the hood. He's a brother. Keep all that in mind. You know, we born with PTSD.
If he had a lesser charge, whatever the situation is. What I do know is there's a lot of people that have done this or done worse and gotten a straight pass, right? This sounds like some in-house shit because they're still together to this day, right? They're still together. She knows he struggles with mental health. She most likely called the police to de-escalate the situation because she couldn't. Whatever. And apparently there's a lot of veterans that go through things like this. When they come back home, they can't process shit. They argue with their wife or whoever they live with. It's not an excuse for his actions, but to say he deserved to get shot.
Very, very common with veterans. Y'all better know. And if y'all don't know, y'all just don't want to know. All of you motherfuckers know this.
It's a bold statement. Because I'm a convicted felon. I've been convicted of assault with a firearm, carrying a concealed firearm, armed burglary, grand theft, and grand theft of a firearm. Do I deserve to get shot? I make more money than Chud the fucking Builder, so I think I'm a more productive member of society. That doesn't mean I deserve to get shot, right? So using someone's past as a way to justify what presently happened doesn't work. But they're saying that he got convicted of rape, and if that's the case, fuck him.
Now that's serious as fuck, and I agree with the devil. Agree with him. If he got convicted of rape, that's different. Drop dead, bro. Period in the story.
And screenshots of this from Howard County, Nashville, has made its way online, stating Joshua Fox had charges of solicitation of a minor. Solicitation of a minor. Solicitation of a minor.
Oh, shit.
Solicitation of a mad counts of solicitation of a fucking minor. Aggravated stalking. Aggravated stalking. Crazy shit. And I'm gonna say this, you know, like you did some domestic thing, whatever. I don't think that justifies you getting shot, but playing with kids and shit like that, no sympathy. No fucking sympathy.
None. Zero.
None. I feel like it should have happened then, if that's the case. But this is the thing with people throwing out accusations and not fact checking. This Joshua Fox was born in 1978, meaning he's old as a motherfucker. And if you actually
watch that old as a motherfucker there, son.
Look up who he is. I can't scroll down because it has his addy because he's a registered, flex offender. This is him. He's a white guy. I am. This is not the same person. So this is why it is important to do your homework before you throw out accusations, because they tried to use the same name and say that this was the same person and say that I support that type of fuck shit, which is not.
Whoever the fuck did the research.
So backward.
If you did, whoever did the research, you call yourself checking, dude. You know what the fuck you was talking about?
Shut up, bitch!
Get the fuck out the hood with that weak shit. It is y'all didn't do no fact checking. Y'all just found the first name that y'all think was him. Didn't look at no picture and automatically say, yeah, he's a pedophile. Is he?
True. Wish I could sue you for defamation, but you probably don't have a fucking dollar.
You dumb son of a bitch!
So the reality of the situation is his self-defense case is looking even weaker, and they are blocking Chud's ability to use the money he's raised to pay for his bond.
Yes, the fuck they are, man. Hey, I guess when they stick it in and break it off, they really stick it in and break it off, right?
Why do white people have a higher bail? Why are white people held to a higher standard?
She think he has a higher bail because he's white. This is what she's talking about. She's talking about Chud the Buttplug too. She's talking about why do he have a higher bail?
People, they don't know better. So we can't punish them as much because they just don't know better. Do you know that's like basically telling white people that they're superior?
Oh, you're superior, huh? Because you're white skinned? Let me tell you something. When your whole existence is about trying to convince yourself that you're superior to others because of the color of skin you happen to fall out of your mom's gooch with, that's not superiority. That's a pathetic existence. You're telling everyone that you've never accomplished shit, so the only thing you could be proud of is something you had no control over. If you're so superior, why do you use filters in all your videos? Why do you have to hide the fact that racists age horribly? Maybe you're just jealous that black don't crack like a crazy cracker. Do you know how pathetic it is to think you're better than people just because of the color of your skin? You don't feel pathetic? And understand this, Betsy, no one who's heartbroken over Chud the Builder is superior to anyone. And you ask, why do white people have a higher bail? It's probably because they know better, because they're superior. So is that what judges superiority? Because by your own metric, black and Latino men face higher bail amounts than white men. People, there's nothing that goes more.
And more likely to be arrested on false charges, and more likely to have overturned convictions because the charges was fake, and more likely to do time for charges of crimes that they did not commit. The fuck out the hood with that weak shit.
Hand in hand than racism and stupidity. What else you got?
I live in a community that is so white. Somebody had my mail delivered to their house and they forgot to bring it to me for a couple of days and they felt bad. So they brought me over a fruit and nut basket. I love my white community.
Yeah, your neighbors are probably giving you the hint to eat healthier because they're tired of you grazing on their lawn, Betsy. Or maybe they were tired of getting your packages of extra wide toothpicks. And it's just wild how you crying over Chud the Builder. We need to protect our white men when he was the one who started everything. People like that are the biggest losers on the planet. You have to attack people because they're doing better than you are.
Kind of sound like America attacking Iran, don't it?
Anyone who thinks skin color is an accomplishment or a sign of superiority is just a pathetic human being who's never accomplished shit in their lives. They're all losers. Loser. Oh, and when you asked why are white people held to a higher standard? Go eat a dick.
Oh, damn. I guess, man. But hey, dude, this is the guy we're talking about right here, man.
So backward. So backward. No offense. I don't mean to offend, but narcissist.
Man, he think he's so pure and white and accomplished and my people are better. Are they really? They really should. When you keep it 400, man, I hate to be the bear. You are what you are. But he's been good company, you know what I'm saying? As far as I work for the whole, butt plug, the cane and all that. That's pretty, that's kind of like the culture, your culture, you understand? Going back a long way, all the way back to Julius Caesar. Was known as every Roman man's wife and every Roman woman's husband. Greco-Roman, right? Alexander the Freak. You know, he was off into some weirdo shit too. Greco-Roman, right? You understand? Achilles, greatest warrior of all time. Bullshit. Would be Samson. But brother, long drop, long dread, long locks. Yeah, Achilles too, you know what I'm saying? They left it out in the movie, they made it like it was his cousin. He actually killed Hector over his lover. Read Homer's book, you'll find out why it's wise. Leonardo da Vinci, the devil responsible for tricking everybody into thinking that Christ is a Caucasian man. Him and this other motherfucker, Michelangelo, all these dudes were peggers. These are the two that did the artwork that made you think this motherfucker was Jesus. Made y'all think that this was the Messiah. That's Cesare Borgia. He was an extreme with him and his daddy, Alexander. Pope Alexander was both sleeping with his sister Lucrezia. He was also known to be messing with kids. Murderer, unalived his own brother. Got sick with syphilis, rolled off into an unbeatable battle and was slaughtered. You understand? All you motherfuckers running around here thinking that is Hamashiach. You understand? Like I said, he's in good company. This is what they dealing with. Same thing with Napoleon. He's supposed to have been off into that bullshit too. Oh yeah, one of y'all white supremacist favorites. They say shit about him too, you know. I ain't making this up. Y'all can do your own research, but look, just look at the history, look at the archaeology, look at the pottery. This is very common in ancient Rome, or ancient Greece and ancient Rome, for the male to take it, the grown men to take a youth. Boy, Nero, having that young man castrated and converted into a quote-unquote, they were look way back then, transgender surgery was being done. We're dealing with Esau, the profane form of it. Look at this. They artwork, and they made sure they kept this. They didn't destroy nothing. You can see that they off into this craziness. You understand my man? He's in good company. They all a bunch of goddamn peggers. Chud the Buttplug on record. Whatever y'all want about it, man. I really don't give a fuck. This record boys. Eastside Ours. We don't get down like that. Real men don't. We come from Yasha Allah. We put you to death over that in our kingdom. You died for it. You were unalived for that. We deleted you for that. You understand? I'm just keeping it 400, man. People just say what they want. Hey, but once again, man, you're here with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young. I'm one of the white three sons. Representing East Side Ours, because the East Side is ours. We're going to continue to stand 10 toes down in 10 foot grounds. Thank you for showing up, popping in with your boy to hang out for a little while. I just had to do a quick little something on this good dude since everybody was talking about it, whatever, but I really don't give a fuck about that devil. Just keeping it 400, just give my little 2 cents. Just, like I said, history, archaeology, and prophecy all play a role in things. That is Esau, the profane fornicator. Is there a more profane fornicator in the earth than Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright because he knew he would be rejected? I don't know, man. This stuff is all matching. We can put it all together. It's like connecting dots, but you gotta study and show thyself approved. It start making sense to you. Pressure start to come out once you are able to understand. As long as you don't, and you try to make sense of it and you can't, that would drive you crazy. Trust and believe me when I tell you, God's word will put you right, man, and you will understand. But you're gonna have to deny yourself. You're gonna have to be literally born again. Become like a child. Forget all the bullshit that po-chop preacher taught you, that your grandmama taught you, that your mama taught you, that your daddy taught you. You're gonna have to become like an infant again and learn all over. I said the truth shall set you free. Till next time, man, y'all stay up, man. I love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Whether it be here in the kingdom, we're gonna all see each other again. Until then, keep doing your part to make this world a little better, that you're gonna have to leave your kids here one day, yo. Love y'all to death, man. Inside all, your boy Bam 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 Young. All till next time, y'all stay up, bro.
Welcome to What's Going On Watts, where we are taught to survive. And just like the phoenix from our own ashes, we rise. What's happening, family? Thanks for tuning in. We all we got, representing Eastside Watts tenfold.